What did I do to get here? That's a question I ask myself almost every single day. Right now, as I sit here recording this video, I'm treating my family to a week in Spain. Flights, accommodation, and sunny weather. At 24 years old, my team and I have been able to scale my social media marketing agency up to $50,000 per month in revenue. In fact, our best month was close to $54,000 in a single month. Now, don't get it twisted, that is revenue, that is not profit, but on average, profit margins tend to vary between maybe 60 to 70%. And I'll be completely honest, that completely blows my mind because, this did not just happen with a click of a finger. This happened through a series of internal transformations, mindset shifts, and months of building myself up to be the person that I am now. Literally just a few short years ago, I was a completely different person. I was shy, I was skinny, I was insecure, and I most definitely was not confident. You see, confidence is one of those things that some people believe that you're just born with it, right? Someone is just born confident and that's it. That's how they're always going to be. Confidence is something I had to learn about, I had to practice, and I had to commit to making it a part of my life. So before we get into the ins and outs of self-confidence and how you are going to build that up for yourself after watching this video, I want to dive a little bit deeper into the person that I used to be. There was two key things that I saw within my life every single day, right? And that was that I did not have the motivation or the confidence to believe that I could be successful as a business owner or as an entrepreneur. On a regular basis, I would do anything but work on my goals. I would literally spend the time just scrolling on social media, watching YouTube videos, playing video games, or whatever it may be. Anything to distract myself and anything to escape from reality. Because I was living in a not so good reality, right? I was young, shy, insecure, skinny, and you could layer on 101 different things. I won't go too deep into this, but I also had a period where I was extremely depressed. You've probably seen some other videos from me about that. I had acne, I had skin problems, and all of that led to me, who was already a pretty shy and insecure kid, when you add that on top to someone then who's really, really not in a good place. So when we fast forward a couple of years, it really is night and day difference. And like I mentioned, that did not just happen. I did not just click my fingers and change the way that I showed up in my life, which then changed the way that I live my life. Like right now, I get to live in pretty cool apartments. I'm surrounded by amazing people. I've got a rock solid team, both for my coaching, mentoring business and my marketing agency. And I'm working on scaling to new heights in 2022. And if I was to accredit that success, right, or whatever the hell you want to call it, to anything, it really was learning how to become confident. Now, if we were to break it down, there's so many things that you need to do to become more confident, right? But I think one of the biggest things you have to look at is confidence can be looked at on two levels. One, personal confidence, and two, confidence in relation to whatever it is you want to do. For example, business or your profession. So we're going to dive into those two areas. Number one, personal or self-confidence. This really is the backbone of your success, right? If you are not confident, you are not going to be able to run a big company and make lots of money. It just doesn't really work that way. So some of the things that I would have done back when I was shy, insecure, not confident, were little things such as doing hard things. For example, cold showers, working out, going for runs, going for cold sea swims, right? Anything that was naturally going to make me feel uncomfortable, because you've probably heard it before, but nothing good happens in the comfort zone. I would then spend time each day essentially rewiring my mindset, right? No voodoo, no hypnosis or anything like that. I'm sure that stuff can work. But I simply would have just taken pen to paper, right? Journaling, writing affirmations, and writing the things that I wanted to be true about myself. And I was also writing the things that I was telling myself, such as, I'm hopeless, I don't have confidence, I'm insecure, all these negative thoughts. And I would basically put them on a piece of paper, maybe roll it up and throw it in the bin. I would even have sticky notes on my wall, so if there was something that I knew I was really, really struggling with, I could write down the positive version of that thing, such as, I am confident, or I am motivated. And I would just literally put that on my laptop, or on my mirror, or on my wall, somewhere where I'm going to see it every day. So if I see it every day, I'm going to start to believe it after maybe a few weeks. At this time, I really challenged myself to, do things that I knew were going to be really, really difficult, really uncomfortable, really awkward, right? But I just knew they would put me in a position where I was forced to grow. And that's really where a lot of that personal and that self-confidence comes from. It's putting yourself in situations where you're not going to feel good doing it, But afterwards, once the activity is done or once the workout is done, you know you're going to feel good. You're going to know then that you got that done because you are now building up this weird level of confidence in yourself. So we've touched on the personal side, right? How to build up that personal confidence. And as I mentioned, there's probably 101 different things as well that I did. Those are just some of the key things that come to mind. The main thing is that it is a journey, right? It's not going to happen overnight, and you can reverse engineer this. So if you are not confident right now, you are not destined to be unconfident for the rest of your life. Like, this is something you can change, but it really will only change if you show up and do the work. You can't just, pretend to be confident for 2 days and then be confident. It's probably going to take a matter of weeks or even months. So let's look at the second level, which is, professional or business confidence. This really is linked to point number one, because if you're not confident on a personal level, it's going to be very difficult for you to be confident on a business level. So you got to make sure that you spend the time working on that, getting yourself dialed in, and building up that personal confidence. Once you've done that, we can now look at the business. So there's many people that I mentor where when they start with me, right, they might be confident, they might be outgoing, they might be extroverted. But when it comes to starting their marketing agency, they're not very confident, and you can see very, very clearly that there's a lot of doubts, there's a lot of limiting beliefs that they're telling themselves every single day. And that's holding them back from getting their first client and making money. And so for those people, we really have to get them to a point where they know enough about the subject matter to be confident. You see, if you're starting a marketing agency and you don't know what a marketing strategy is, or a marketing funnel, for example, of course, you're going to get very confused and you're not going to feel very confident if you get on a call with a business owner and they ask you, what's a marketing funnel? Or, what is the proposed marketing strategy that you were going to propose to us? So there is a bit of time that you have to spend just getting up to speed with everything that you need to know about marketing. So for my students, an easy way for them to do that is they can basically fast track the level of confidence that they gain by attending our coaching calls every single week and going through our course material. And if they've done all of that, it's really just a matter of time of them soaking in that information and researching in their first few weeks for them to feel confident enough to get started. I do want to say a little caveat here. You don't need to know everything in the book. Okay, it's very, very common for people to feel like, hey, I don't feel confident, so I just need to study every single thing in your program. I need to learn, about everything to do with marketing. Like every single buzzword that there is, I'm going to learn about it. And that is really not necessary. There comes a point where more information, it's not going to get you to become the confident person that you want to be. And in fact, more information is going to lead to analysis paralysis. So you do need to know when you need to just step up and say, hey, enough is enough. I'm at a decent level now. I know enough, right? I know more than, let's say, a business owner that knows nothing about social media. So I'm in a good position. And that's when you've got to now just start to take action. You got to start reaching out to businesses, hopping on calls, and hopefully closing some deals. So confidence, right? It's something you need in your life. I can tell you now, I've lived a life where I was very unconfident and a life now where I'm a lot more confident. And I know there's probably going to be a whole level of, transformations and shifts that I make in the next few years to become an even more confident person. But from where I've got to, I can definitely tell you that it's worth putting in the work. It is not going to happen overnight, but it's not going to just affect how you show up with your friends and family. It will show up in the income you make, your ability to travel the world and do the things you want, and really just how you live your life. So it's something you've got to do. I did it. I'm forever grateful that I spent the time going through the trenches and learning those things. And for anybody who decides to join my program, just know that we'll be able to fast track that confidence for you, because we have a lot of content around, how to embody these mindset shifts and how to basically, get yourself to a point where you now are forced to become confident. And what that's going to do is it's going to allow you to just skip the learning curve that you would have to put in yourself. So, my friend, I hope you got some value from this video. If you did, please do drop a like. Let me know in the comments down below if there's any other topics, any other videos that you want me to talk about. And if you're not subscribed, please go ahead, click that subscribe button, and I'll see you very soon in the next video.